Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. I'm Brian. In the past, we've been working on our Coleman mini bikes. You see a couple of my videos before. We did a lot of these mini bikes. We did carburetors, we did torque converters. Go around and show you. You've probably seen this one before in my other episodes. We changed the rear sprocket, put torque converter on, put the juggernaut on. Aftermarket exhaust. We got the light bulb tore apart, the headlight tore out. We're going to put some LEDs in there. I did have a flat slide carburetor on here before, but we took that off. It's just too much carb for this bike. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paint the bike. We pretty much have it all where we want it when it comes to performance parts, except for anything internal. But we're going to do like a budget paint job, and we're going to hydro dip everything except for the frame, pretty much. Anything can get hydro dipped is going to get hydro dipped. So this should be a pretty interesting budget paint job, if you want to call it. We're going to use, I got some orange, some black, some clear. There's my 212 project that I'm going to eventually get around to that. I got some red and some blue for some other projects we're going to do. But we're going to see how this goes. We're going to tear it down to the bare frame, paint her up, get her back together, and we'll see how our budget spray paint build, I guess you want to call it, is going to turn out. It should turn out pretty darn good. So we're going to do some time lapse of, going to do some time lapse, get this bike completely tore down to the frame, and we'll go from there. We'll throw some good music with it too, so hopefully you're entertained. Sit back, relax, and watch us get to work. I'm thinking what you're thinking. I feel the need for speed. pad is completely tore down to the frame. As you can tell, there is nothing left on it. So, got all of our parts laid out. As we took it off, we got all the hardware laying with each part where it belongs. This way we don't miss anything. Got the engine there, juggernaut, got it all on there. Everything's laid out. So, our next step is to get this frame ready for paint. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take it out, we're going to pressure wash it, and we're going to sand it down real good. We're going to prime it, and we're going to paint it. And also, what we're going to do with our tins is we're going to get them sanded, primed, ready for paint. Same with that one, same with the tank. Our engine riser plate, we're going to repaint that also. But everything you see here, this, the two tins, the tank, the headlight are all going to get hydro dipped. And the handlebars too, if we can make that work. We'll get the handlebars also hydro dipped. I think our triple trees will just kind of keep them the same. I don't think we're going to paint them up too much. We got our tires. We'll probably paint our rims and our tires. That's the front tire. Down there's the rear tire. And that's pretty much it for right now. So we'll show our next steps, getting the frame ready, getting it painted. And this should turn out to be run sick like when we're all finished. So sit back, relax, and keep watching us work on this Coleman money buck. Alright guys, our next step is to get this frame pressure washed and degreased. As you can see, I have it set up on my professional bike stand right now. Best bike stand you could buy. And got some grease on there from all our projects and the belt and changing oil and stuff. So before we actually get some paint on this, we're going to get it nice and pressure washed, cleaned up real good. And after we get it pressure washed, we're going to get it scuffed up, we're going to get it primed, and we're going to lay some paint on it. So right now, it's time to get her cleaned up. Okay, well, our next step is to get our tins sanded and scuffed up, ready for primer, while our frame is actually drying from pressure washing. So, we've got our tank, we've got our tins, we have our headlight, I don't know, shroud you want to call it, and our headlight bracket. We have a couple other little things we're going to sand down, but for right now, we're going to get our tins ready for some primer. Everything else ready for primer. Then we'll show you our next step after that. So let's get these sanded down and primed. Okay, now we're all sanded and scuffed, we're going to lay down some primer. Since we're rolling with some dark colors, some blacks, and a little bit of orange in our paint scheme for our Hydro Dip, we're going to lay down some black primer to kind of make our colors a little bit darker than we want. So next step, we're going to lay down some primer and get everything ready for paint. Alright guys, we have like a first and second coat of primer on these. We're going to do one more coat of primer, then we're going to let this sit and cure for about 24 hours before we start doing any kind of hydro dipping. But this is what it looks like so far. Doesn't look too bad. We just put on our second coat of primer. We're going to do about three or four coats all together. It's not looking too bad so far. Do a quick walk around. Should turn out pretty good when we start laying down our hydro dip. The frame's going to be like a gloss black. The light, the tank, and the fenders, and the headlight bracket's going to be all hydro dipped with orange and black. So the next time you see us, we will be doing some hydro dipping. Stick around. Should be a good video. Alright guys, it's the next day. We've been letting our primer sit for about 24 hours. You can see right here, it's all ready to go. Nice and dry. It's been curing for 24 hours, so we're good there. We're going to start laying down some, what is it? Let me see here. Some gloss black on our frame. So our frame is going to be gloss black. Everything else is going to be kind of hydro dipped. The fenders will be hydro dipped. Tank, headlight.
Sure, why not?
Yes?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so the headlight's going to be hydro dipped. What about the handlebars?
Leave the handlebars black.
Handlebars will be probably gloss black. Headlight bracket?
Leave it black.
Alright, so handlebars are gloss black.
We're going to hydro dip this.
The headlight bracket will be gloss black. Everything else here will be hydro dipped. That'll be hydro dipped. Tank, fenders. Engine plate, I think we'll just paint that a solid color because I think it'll look cool. I say we're going orange and black with our theme. Maybe an orange engine plate. I think it will stand out against the shiny black frame. So, next step now is to start laying on some gloss black on the frame, headlight bracket, handlebars. So, here we go. Okay, we have our first light coat of our gloss black on the frame. We're going to do several coats on the frame, but the first one we did a real light coat. It's not looking too bad already. You can see it's getting shiny. The gloss. Handlebars getting shiny. Headlight bracket. So we're going to continue to let these dry real good, then do a coat in between. Then actually, while we're probably waiting on this to dry, we might just go ahead and hydro dip our tins, our tank, and our headlight. But I'm not sure. It looks kind of like it might just storm yet. So we'll see how it goes. But we're gonna let this dry and do some more coats on it. All right, guys. Well, the rain has held off, so we're going to start our hydro dipping of our fenders. Austin has it ready right now in his hand. We have a bolt through it so we can hold it. We have orange. I got black. We got our tub of water ready. I'm going to get the camera set here, and we're going to show our first step of the hydro dipping. Get everything ready. Bear with me here till I get the camera set the way it needs to be. Okay, looks good. So, you watched us in the past do this. You'll alternate colors. When you get a good spiral going on, you get ready to dip it. So, let's go. And the more paint you use, the better off you are. And you want to alternate as much as you can. You're too close.
Get some spots around.
And you can do separate spots like this to get different swirls in your paint. The only thing I can say is do as much as you can to get a good pattern going. Don't get too close because it splatters in. And don't be afraid to use a lot of paint. Kind of more the better. Okay, now once you're done, let it all come back. Now you see it. It comes all back together. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and dip it down through. And what you want to do now is push the paint away a little bit. And go ahead and pull it out.
Oh, that's nice.
Show to them, not me. And there's your finished product when it comes to hydro dipping. Got your blacks, your orange, and what we're going to do now is let it sit and dry off, then we're going to clear coat it. So let's get ready to do our next one. Alright guys, next fender coming up. We're going to put a little more black in this time. Our other fender didn't have enough black, had too much orange. So we're going to try to put some more black in it this time. Seems my black spray paint is not working too well. And we'll try a different one. It has more paint in it. There we go.
Put some zigzag. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
side to side. There you go. And then side to side. Everything.
Everything come back in. Still a little too much orange, Austin.
Nah. Get the sides.
Go ahead, do the same thing again, Ashton. I think if we keep doing this, it comes better. Let me go further than.
Yeah, that should be good.
Let go. I'm gonna do a bunch of black. How's that sound?
Cool.
Since the orange stands out more, I think we'll just do a little more black in different spots. What do you think?
Cool.
Come back in. Well, that's enough.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, go ahead and dip her. Dip it in the whole way. Do the paint on around the edges. Your hands will definitely get full of paint. Pull it up. Much better, okay. Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted a lot more black in there. We got it in there, over here, and a little bit of orange. So, on to the next one. Okay, so next thing is the tank. So between hydrogen, we've been dumping the water out and putting new water in. That way it works easier each time. So every time you hydro dip, make sure you change your water out. Alright, same process. Want more black or more orange in the tank?
Do more of each.
Alright.
I know it's with the black.
Okay, let it all come back.
Looks good.
Looks good. Go ahead, Austin.
We get a good one.
Dip her down. So once you dip it down, just move everything away. It's going to take some pressure because it's alright. Move everything away. Alright, pull it up. Don't touch it anywhere.
It's heavy.
Oh, because it's full of water.
Yep.
Yeah, tank filled up with water. It's alright, just pull it up little by little, don't touch it too much. And I don't think we got a good hydro dip on that one. Yeah, that didn't turn out too well. So, definitely back to the drawing board on that one. I'm not sure what went on there. But it did not turn out the way we wanted. Well, that's what comes with hydro dipping. It's trial and error, so chances are we'll have to sand this back down and start from scratch. But everything else turned out pretty good. We still have the headlight to do yet, but I think the tank we'll have to redo. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, next is the headlight enclosure. We're going to do that one next. We'll fix our tank since it didn't turn the way we wanted, but that's how it works. I don't think we need too crazy, do we?
Oh, you can do the sides. Alright, that's good.
Alright, time for the headlight. Move the paint away. Up you go. Okay, kind of didn't turn out what we thought it either for some reason. Is that good or not?
That looks fine.
Well, we're not kind of striking out a little bit, but that's not too bad. So we're going to keep moving forward. We'll probably redo our tank. I'm not sure if you can see. I'll take you over. Our frame is looking pretty good. We're going to do another couple coats on the frame. Handlebars are good. Headlight bracket's good. Our two fenders turned out pretty awesome. We got to do our engine plate yet. But so far so good. Things are turning out pretty good. So, yeah, if you like it the way it is, we'll just keep it that way. Maybe it's a little subtle, you know, not so much paint and stuff going on with it. And the tank, I'm not sure about the tank. If he wants to keep it that way, we can. If not,
like rust.
If not, we'll try it over again. But anyhow, we're going to keep moving forward. Stick around, sit back, and see our next steps coming up here soon. Alright guys, it's been about 24 hours since we got our hydro dip done and our frame done. As you can see, frame looks pretty good, nice and shiny. It's been sitting for 24 hours, so it's nice and cured. We have our hydro dip parts here. We have our engine plate. Usually kind of when you hydro dip, you kind of lose the glossiness from the paint, even though we use glossy paint. But every time we hydro dip, we always spray it with some clear afterwards. It always makes it look a lot better. So we're going to do a bunch of light coats for our clear, Let it dry in between, and just keep doing more and more coats. That way it looks nice and shiny. And when we're done, we'll polish it up real nice. So next step, we're going to start putting some clear on these hydro dip parts. Alright guys, since we have time left, we're going to hydro dip our fan shroud for the engine. For this, we're going to use a little bit of red this time in it, so it's going to be black, orange, and just a hint of red, just to see how it goes. Do a spot of red once.
Good.
Good enough?
A little bit of red.
Okay. Austin's going to go ahead and do the dip. See how it turns out. Ready? Push the water away, or the paint away, I should say. Pour out. Oh, dude, look at that. Hold on. Check that out. That did awesome. That little bit of red in there made that pop.
Should have put red with the rest.
I said about that, you said no. All right. We'll set that on the table to dry off. Let's walk over to our clear. We have almost 4 or 5 coats of clear on this. As you can tell, it looks really good. Tank. Nice and shiny. Headlight. There's the engine riser plate, and there's the fan shroud we just got done doing. We're gonna let that cure for 24 hours. Then we'll clear that also. So, that's it. Next time you see us, we'll be doing some reassembly here and showing you the final project. Hopefully it turns out.
Hey guys, it's day 5 of the project. Today we're just going to be painting our tires, and we're going to be painting the shocks. Just this part of the shocks, these 2 parts. And we're going to be clear glossing our torque converter, safety shield, and our fan shroud for the engine. So, before we do that, we are going to tape around, as you can see. We have taped around this part of the tire, basically the rim. We are going to lay it on this giant piece of cardboard here. I'm going to open up the garage door, and we are going to paint the rim of the tire. We're going to do it one step at a time. We are going to, paint this side first, let it sit for a little bit, and then we're going to flip it over and paint the other side. And then we're going to move on to the next tire. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to sand up this part of the shocks, and we're going to paint those black. After that, we are going to clear gloss our fan shroud and our safety shield. So, without further ado, let's get to painting these tires, and we'll move on. Okay guys, so that's it for now. Let's show you everything. We got the black on the tires. Hopefully I didn't get bleed through into the tire. Hopefully I just got on the rim. We got the flat black primer on the shocks. I have to come out later and flip them and redo them again. I'm just gonna show you the little parts that I was doing for now, and then the next time you see us, we'll start reassembling the bike. Probably let this stuff sit all overnight, let it cure. I just did the first coat of clear on the fan shroud and the safety shield. Ran out, so we're gonna have to go out and buy more. Unless we have some on the shelves, then I'll put some more clear on it. But that's it for now. Turn those over and paint the other sides. We're gonna have to turn those over and paint the other sides. And that would be it. And then we'll start reassembling the bike. So, next time you see us, we will be reassembling the bike. Hopefully it turns out, fingers crossed. Yeah, that's basically it. So, see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, we're back. Day 6. Yesterday's paint on the tires and the shocks didn't go too well, so we had to repaint them. We're using a cam paint now, see if we can get better on them. About to paint the other sides, and then we hung this up so we could, get the gloss on it and stuff. For that, we're going to talk about the engine a little bit now. So, you realize in our latest videos, we put a 30mm carburetor on it. It did not do too good with it, so what I did off camera, I changed it back. It was a long time ago. I changed it back to the regular stock carburetor, and it run pretty well. But in the mail, we got screw intake manifolds. So, what I did today was I took one of the old carburetors we had and I put the intake manifold on. That's the intake manifold. Links will be down in the description for those. Then I ran a new fuel line. And right here I got a breather for it, so we don't get oil out of the engine. But other than that, I painted the air cleaner. That's pretty much it. But hopefully this runs good with this. I think it's a 13mm carburetor. I do not know. It's got the little handle choke on the side. It's from it's from the video of the Teo 125 new carb and everything. We took the old carb, I cleaned it up, and we put it on. So we're gonna see how that runs. We did screw on the nitrous for the nitrous kit. We screwed on the nozzle. And what I'm thinking is, here's the nitrous kit. It came with this holder, but the holder doesn't have any screws with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount it to the side here with zip ties, and then we're gonna run line down to the carburetor with the engine. So when we put everything, reassemble everything, that's something we'll be do. Right now I'm just tinkering around, trying to get everything, ready for maybe today or tomorrow for reassemble. But that's basically it. I don't know why I said but. Okay, so stick around. I think the next thing we're going to be doing is reassemble. Maybe not. But I'm going to keep on painting these tires, make them look good. We only put one coat on the shocks. I don't know if we want to put another one. But that's basically it. And we'll see you in a little bit.
Alright guys, everything is finished. We got our frame up on the stand here. We're going to start putting our parts on. Everything's laid out on their table. We have all of our painted parts, our engine, all of our hardware. I think I know where it all goes. It's been a couple days since we actually took it apart. So sit back, relax, and we're going to start reassembly, and this thing should turn out pretty sweet. So let's get started. Alright guys, it's late, but we actually got it all completed tonight, and it looks killer. So what we're going to do is do a quick walk around with some music behind it, and we'll show you how it looks. But other than that, this was a fun project. We worked hard on it. Oh, Austin worked hard on it, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep. He worked super hard on this on this bike. It took us almost all week to tear it apart, get it painted, clear coated, put back together in running condition, and I think it was pretty cool. Turned out really good. So thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please hit that bell. That way, anytime we have a new video coming out, you guys can see what we're up to. I'm Brian.
I'm Austin.
I'm Ashton.
And you're watching Here's Hope in Garage. Until next time, be safe and have fun wrenching on stuff.